listen to this alone in the dark. I was in my bathroom brushing my teeth when it started. Just a normal night. Same routine, same quiet apartment. And the only sound was the sink running and the faint hum of the vent above me. And I remember thinking how everything felt calm. Nothing out of place, nothing unusual. Just the mirror, the light, the sound of the water hitting the porcelain. Then I heard something behind the wall. Not loud. Not sudden. Just a slow, dull knock. I stopped brushing and looked at the mirror, like I expected to see something different in it. But everything looked the same. Just my reflection staring back at me, confused. And I waited, holding still, listening. The knock came again, closer. Not from inside the wall, this time. From the other side of the bathroom door. "Someone there?" I said, my mouth still full of toothpaste, my voice low, and the sound stopped immediately, like it had heard me and didn't want me to hear it anymore. I spit into the sink and rinsed quickly, my eyes moving toward the door, trying to figure out if maybe it was a neighbor in the hallway or someone passing by, even though I knew the sound was too close for that, too direct. I reached over and turned off the faucet. The silence that followed felt heavy, like the whole apartment was holding its breath. Then I heard it again. Not a knock this time, a slow drag, right against the door. I stared at it, the handle, the frame, the small gap at the bottom where the light from the hallway barely showed through, and I could hear it moving. Something pressing and sliding along the wood from the outside. "Stop," I said, not even sure why I said it, and the dragging paused just for a second. Then it started again, slower, closer. I stepped back from the sink, my chest tightening, my eyes locked on the door, and I thought about opening it just to see what was there, just to make it stop being unknown. But something in me told me not to, so I didn't move. I just stood there, listening. The dragging sound stopped right at the center of the door, and then something pressed against it. Not hard, not trying to break in, just there, like it was leaning its weight against the other side. "Go away," I said, my voice shaking, and the pressure didn't change, didn't react. It just stayed there, steady, patient. Then I heard it. Low. Wet. Right through the door. I backed up another step, my hand brushing against the edge of the sink behind me, my breathing getting faster, and I kept watching the handle, waiting for it to turn, waiting for the door to open. But it didn't. The handle stayed still. The lock didn't move, and after a few seconds, the pressure on the door lifted. Everything went quiet again. I stood there, not moving, not trusting it, just waiting for the next sound, but nothing came, and after a while I told myself maybe it had left, maybe it was gone, maybe it was just something I couldn't explain but didn't need to understand. I took a slow step forward, then another, moving closer to the door. I reached out, my hand hovering over the handle, and I hesitated just for a second before I turned it and pulled the door open. The hallway was empty. No one there. No movement. No sound. Just the same dim light and the same closed doors lining the walls. I stepped out, looking both ways, trying to find anything that could explain what I had heard. But there was nothing. And that made it worse, because it meant whatever had been there wasn't something I could see anymore. "Okay," I said, more to myself than anything else. And I stepped fully into the hallway, leaving the bathroom behind me. That's when I heard it again, from inside the bathroom. The dragging, slow, heavy. I turned around immediately, my stomach dropping, and the door I had just opened was now slightly closed again. Not all the way, just enough to block most of the view inside. I stared at it, my mind trying to catch up, trying to understand how something could be in there when I had just been inside, when I had just opened that door. "That's not possible," I said, and the dragging sound came again, closer to the doorway this time. I stepped back, away from the bathroom, my eyes locked on that narrow opening, and I waited. The door moved, just a little, opening wider, slow, controlled. And then I saw it, low to the ground, right where the floor met the doorway. Its fingers came first, long, stretched, pressing into the tile as it pulled itself forward, and then its head followed, tilted to one side in a way that didn't match anything human. Its eyes already fixed on me before the rest of it came into view. I couldn't move. I couldn't even breathe properly. All I could do was watch as it dragged itself out of the bathroom, inch by inch, its body staying low, its arms doing all the work, pulling it forward with slow, deliberate movements. "You were already in there," I said, my voice barely holding together. And it didn't respond, didn't make a sound at first. It just kept watching me, that same unblinking stare. Then it moved again, closer. I turned and ran. I didn't think about where I was going. I just moved, down the hallway, away from the bathroom, away from whatever that thing was. My footsteps loud against the floor, my breath coming fast and uneven. I reached the front door of my apartment and grabbed the handle, pulling it open and stepping into the main room, then turning to slam it shut behind me. The second it closed, I heard it. Not from the hallway, from inside the apartment. A dragging sound. Behind me. I froze. My hand still on the door, my back pressed against it, and I knew. I hadn't escaped it. It had just changed where it was. Slowly, I turned my head, and I saw it. Already halfway across the living room floor, pulling itself toward me, its head still tilted, its eyes still locked on mine like it had never lost sight of me for a second. "Stay back!" I yelled, even though I knew it wouldn't listen, and I pushed myself off the door, trying to move, trying to get away, but there was nowhere left to go. It kept coming, slow, steady, unstoppable, until it reached me. Its fingers touched the floor right in front of my feet, then pressed against my legs as it pulled itself closer, its face rising just enough to be right in front of mine. That same fixed stare, that same stillness. I couldn't move. I couldn't look away, and it didn't need to do anything else. It just stayed there, right in front of me, like it had been there the whole time, like it had always been there. And now, it wasn't going anywhere. If you're listening to this, it didn't come from outside, and it didn't need a door. So whatever space you're in right now might not matter as much as you think it does. If you have a horror story of your own, please feel free to drop it in the comment section. You never know, the next story could be yours. Subscribe to The Vault so you don't miss what comes next.